In the aftermath of Hurricane Matthew, volunteers visit Haiti to do what they can to help disaster victims. And in Taiwan, we'll meet an 8-year-old boy with a rare disorder who found his bone marrow match with a 42-year-old bodybuilder. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Duncan DeAith. Thank you for joining us. After Hurricane Matthew struck Haiti, the city of Jérémie was completely devastated. The city was preparing for an economic boost with new plans for development. However, the hurricane destroyed homes and ruined the region's crops for the year. Tzu Chi volunteers responded to the mayor's calls for assistance and hurried to the area to see what can be done to help residents in their time of need. To reach the city of Jérémie, volunteers take a new road that was just recently completed by the Haitian government. The drive used to take 20 hours from Les Cayes city, but now only takes 3 hours. The city was in plans for development of a new economic zone to bring prosperity to the region, but now the Hurricane Matthew strike has caused serious damage, including crop damage and water shortages. The situation is very serious.
This is an incredibly tense time and people are in a state of shock. The city of Jérémie has never experienced a disaster of this scale. People are not simply homeless, they are without food and water, and cholera is spreading through unclean water. So now, what is needed most is clean water and medicine. The situation has exceeded my ability to handle it, and there is nothing I can do, so I formally request assistance from the international community. For the residents of Haiti and residents of Jérémie, the Haitian diaspora, I ask anyone who can help to please help. The situation is terrible, and we need all the help we can get here in Jérémie.
We are sincere, come here to help. When we say it, we do it.
Hurricane Matthew also completely devastated the crops that provide the economic lifeblood for the residents of Jérémie. Plantains, coffee, oranges, red beans, rice, everything was lost.
The houses people live in are poorly built and people don't have resources outside the cities. They use whatever they can find to fix their homes using things like straw and plastic. People have survived the storm, but their crops have been destroyed. They've lost everything. The hurricane struck everywhere. People have lost their houses and their livelihoods.
Tzu Chi volunteers also ran into an old friend that they met back in 2012 when Hurricane Sandy hit the east coast of the U.S. Former mayor of Toms River, New Jersey, Mr. Joseph Champagne. He also came to Jérémie City after Hurricane Matthew to see what he could do to help.
I feel that this is a testimony to the teachings of Master Cheng Yang, because I remember he talked about time and circumstance. You know, how the forces of nature has a way of rearranging human beings and using circumstances to connect human beings to help one another. And so to me, it's just like the reconnections of all those energy, like loving energy and compassion from different individuals from different parts of the world. And here we are coming in together.
If we mobilize the people, the Tzu Chi volunteers coming from the States, the Tzu Chi volunteers coming from Taiwan, from Canada, from whenever, accompany them with the master's teaching. We're going to them, to have change of heart and change of mind, and they're going to work together to boost the economy again.
We
We have a very special feeling towards this country, very special. I believe that all the volunteers will truly miss this country because we are always here. I know that we will return and we should return.
After the 2 days of the hurricane, Tzu Chi has begun to prepare food distributions for the cities of Jérémie and Les Cayes. Volunteers are also making plans to provide building materials for new housing in the days ahead. Tzu Chi is there to provide Haiti with love and support in a time of great need. Recently, Tzu Chi's Haiti Hurricane Assessment Team headed to Les Cayes and Jérémie, which were badly hit by Hurricane Matthew. Though Les Cayes has gradually gotten back to normal a week after the storm, powerful winds and torrential rain destroyed countless houses, farms, and crops, leading many to feel hopeless and apprehensive about their future.
Although some people's lives have gradually gone back to normal a week after the storm, powerful wind and torrential rain destroyed countless houses, farms, and crops.
It took everything from us. My house was crushed. There's nothing left. It's like life has abandoned us. I'm just so sad because there's no more life here. It makes me so sad seeing all this devastation.
As the sun disappears on the horizon and it begins to get dark, Willow tries hard to keep working and rebuilding his house. For him, his wife, and their 10 children, it'll be a long night tonight.
I have 10 children. I used to live off what I grow in my garden. I planted corn, plantains, cocoa, rice, but the hurricane washed it all away. Everything's gone. My garden disappeared. I have no way to feed my children. Life has abandoned us. We need some aid to help us.
It feels hopeless with severe disasters impacting Haiti again and again. It's like the circle of life leaves no room for recovery here. And once again, Haitians are waiting for helping hands to pull them out of dire circumstances.
As Hurricane Matthew brought great damage to Haiti and severely affected the living conditions of residents, the慈濟Philippines chapter recently hosted a charity sale as a way to raise funds for Haiti. Dozens of volunteers gathered at the Jingsa Hall to make dumplings, which they will sell for the occasion, to raise funds for Haiti.
Philippine慈濟volunteers are busy making dumplings inside the kitchen of the Jingsa Hall.
We want to raise funds for Haiti through selling the dumplings, so we call on everyone here to make the dumplings. This way, we can have a charity sale and raise funds for Haiti.
Volunteers in the Philippines clearly know what to do to help Haiti's hurricane victims because they are frequently caught up in the horrors of typhoons.
We empathize with the Haitians as they have been severely affected by the hurricane. Though we are unable to travel there and help them in person because of the distance, we can do a little to help them.
Some of the volunteers donated vegetables while others dumpling pastry to do their part helping the less fortunate.
I'm doing a little to help the needy and hope that I can raise the most money. I donated about $140 to buy fillings in the name of my daughter because her birthday is in October. We want to do what we can to help more people.
The dumplings will be sold for charity to raise funds and to spread warmth and love to the people in Haiti.
In October 2015, Typhoon Kopu struck Luzon, Philippines, damaging Cabanatuan City of the Nueva Ecija province. Volunteers carried out a cash for relief program to restore the city and help affected residents get back on their feet. This time, last year's typhoon victims in Cabanatuan City are donating their coin banks and recycling for hurricane victims in Haiti, doing what they can to pay love forward.
Philippine慈濟volunteers have to spend 3 hours traveling from Manila to Cabanatuan City to seek donations. Hurricane Matthew brought great damage to Haiti, causing many deaths and injuries. Residents in Cabanatuan City are showing compassion for disaster victims in Haiti because they have experienced a similar situation before.
We can understand the hardship of the disaster victims in Haiti because we have experienced such difficult times when the windstorm severely affected our lives.
We should give them a hint because they have lost everything.
Seeing that many people have been severely affected by the disaster, I feel very sad. We should do a little to help them.
The woman uses this recycled bottle to save money every day. Volunteers eagerly encouraged typhoon victims in the Philippines to help the needy when they carried out the Cash for Relief program to restore their damaged homes at Cabanatuan City last year.
Though they have difficult lives themselves as well, they can feel that the people in Haiti need more help, so they contribute a little to the needy through donations.
Despite the distance, love can be spread throughout the global village as long as people from different countries help each other.
Beginning a new series for the 23rd anniversary of the慈济Stem Cells Center, we'll be meeting some donors and their successful matches. A 42-year-old fitness instructor, Hyung Won-bin, joined a bone marrow database with慈济 8 years ago. Later, he was able to help a child with a rare illness, Yming, who suffers from a disorder known as marble bone disease. After the successful match between the two, Yming's mother is grateful for the doctors and Mr. Hong.
I'm very grateful to him because without him, our child would not be here. He not only saved one person, but saved our whole family.
Yming's mother is continually thankful for the support.
On the day that we went to accept the transplant, the doctor told me that now Yming is like a normal person.
8-year-old Yming was diagnosed with having a rare marble bone disease 2 months after birth, with only 5 such cases in Taiwan. He's nearly blind in both eyes but has special arithmetic skills.
2012 12月7号是星期几？哇，你好棒！那你怎么会知道？用算的吗？
你是用算的吗，黄月敏？
是不是？
The probability of finding a match for a bone marrow transplant for a young child is quite low, as the chance for a match is less than 1 in 100,000.
好，第7个动作，腹肌及腿肌，请开始。
On this stage, Won-bin shows off his muscular body as he has been training for a long time. And even though he is 42 years of age, he is still able to beat a number of younger opponents to win this bodybuilding championship. He never thought that a trip to a hypermarket 8 years ago would give hope to this young child, Yming.
Originally, we thought that the bone marrow had to come out of the spine, which can affect normal life and work. But then the慈济sister came to our house to give a more complete explanation, saying that technology has improved and now they can simply draw it from blood in the area.
There's no effect on my body as it can function like normal. At the time, I needed to take 5 shots of leukocyte growth hormone, which may generate negative side effects, but in fact, there's little impact upon my body.
We brought the documents and a basket of fruits to Won-bin's company and talked to his supervisor that this husband and wife had to take leave for 3 days as we expressed thanks to this bodhisattva.
This couple didn't deny that they hesitated at the beginning and were close to backing out. But looking back, they believe that registering their information 8 years ago was actually a very simple way to save a life.
Recently, public awareness about the positive impact of a vegetarian diet is becoming more and more widespread. In June 2010, the UN published a report encouraging vegetarian diets as a method to combat climate change. Next, we'll meet Taiwanese actor Lin Jiali, who made the decision to become vegetarian. Start the fire, heat the pan, fry the food. These are the motions of a skillful chef in his kitchen, using ingredients at hand to prepare delicious food for men and women with a calm and practiced ease. On screen, we see actress Lin Jiali as a mother carrying her child and single-handedly preparing 3 meals a day for a family in a traditional kitchen. Next, we see her at ease enjoying vegetarian meals as she has made the decision to become a vegetarian.
With preparing food, I want to put my heart into it. When everyone tastes the food, I want it to be fresh and I want them to feel good. I think the most important thing is not even to realize you are eating vegetarian, but just enjoy that you are eating really good natural food.
Life and work as an actor can be a stressful profession with no set working hours. This can also lead to an irregular diet and exposure to unhealthy foods and eating habits, which in turn can affect the mind and heart of a person. Lin says that since becoming vegetarian, her physical condition has improved considerably, along with her mental state. She also feels she has become more gentle and kind in her daily interactions with others.
Living and eating healthy is a righteous thing to do. Things are not as tough these days, and I'm not too clear on the relationship of vegetarian dining and living the Dharma. I am not certain myself, but I know there is certainly a connection.
Eating vegetarian is thus not so difficult, but sometimes there are challenges. With each turn, the habit becomes easier, and people can become more mindful and committed to the practice.
Right now, I think this is really something that puts me at ease, kind of like acting or playing a role. Although it can be difficult, I actually think I'm doing okay. I just put all my effort into it, as that's my only option, and then it's not so difficult.
Before eating her meal, Miss Lin takes a photo, and as she continues down this path in the years ahead, she will remember what led her to the decision. The 4 children of the Ye family in Taichung's Heping area are all New Shoot Scholarship recipients that face life with a positive attitude. Since their father passed away due to a heart attack 2 years ago, their mother has been drinking to relieve her depression. Fortunately, the Ye children are there to encourage their mother to get her life back on track. They have even formed a band named Loka to play music together in memory of their father.
我是爵士鼓手雅卫。大家好，我是 keyboard 手嘎告。
大家好，我是吉他手傻豆。
All of the 4 children in the Ye family have inherited their father's musical talent. They have formed a band named Loka, which means go, go, go in their Aboriginal mother tongue. The children's father passed away due to a heart attack 2 years ago. They sing and play musical instruments in memory of their father.
I miss the days when my father would practice musical instruments with us.
The Ye family lives in the mountainous area of Taichung's Heping. As the children study away from home and stay in boarding school, the only time the whole family can gather is during the holidays.
I feel relaxed and comfortable here because it is our home.
Their mother often consumes alcohol to relieve her pain of losing her beloved husband, making the parent-child relationship tense. To improve the Ye family's difficult situation, Tzu volunteers play an important role in bringing the mother and the children closer.
I enjoy the time gathering together with children when they return home. However, I feel annoyed when they sing and play instruments.
If there is any chance for my mother to work, I hope she learns to save money and not spend it on cigarette or alcohol.
The children are optimistic. I think that the family will become more harmonious if their mother quits drinking.
Though they live in a dilapidated house, the children believe that the place will be full of warmth and love if their mother can stand up and find her true value in life. In the past, Taiwan's incinerator slag was simply disposed of in landfills. However, with a shortage of landfill space, the EPA has promoted slag reprocessing with a process to remove unburnable impurities. Large-sized slag can also be put through sieves and crushed to produce uniform slag. Despite this, the quality of slag is still an issue, and though deemed a resource product, the construction industry is reluctant to use it. Follow our report as we delve further.
Incinerator slag emerges on a conveyor belt underneath a strong magnet which attracts iron and other metal. Slag less than 0.9 centimeters in diameter is sorted through a screening machine and is considered a resource product. That which doesn't make it through the screen needs additional processing. Large particles of slag are sent to a crusher and broken into small particles, then placed on the conveyor belt again, where they pass through an eddy current separating machine, where a magnet separates a non-ferrous metal. The slag is then sent through a sieve, once again repeating the process.
The majority of the unburned matter in slag is plastic, which can be rubbed together, making it hard to burn.
Slag also goes through magnetic separation and screening, though sometimes materials can't be totally removed, as one may need to rely upon manual human effort to complete the sorting.
Unburned materials such as plastics can be picked out and sent back to the incinerator for treatment once again.
Taiwan has 7 slag reprocessing companies, almost all of which use simple physical means of processing the slag. Treated slag becomes a resource product which is stored in this huge warehouse. This reprocessing company has 18 such warehouses.
For reprocessing companies, we definitely hope they can do their own quality management, including making sure the reprocessed slag only has certain ratio of impurities.
Slag after reprocessing goes from general waste to a resource product, with an amount of impurities dramatically reduced when compared to normal slag. But still you can see it contains items that can't be burned, like tile and glass. In addition to plastic, tile, and metal impurities, the other main components of slag include silica, calcium oxide, magnesium oxide, and iron oxide. For construction safety, the government prohibits the use of reprocessed slag products for building materials, but it can be added as road-grade backfill, asphalt, cement, and bricks, and used for embankments and backfill and even land reclamation. An EPA inspection is required for every 500 tons of reprocessed slag products that is produced.
Reprocessed slag doesn't mean that it is automatically a resource-based product, as after treatment it needs to meet EPA standards to become a resource product.
However, some believe the reprocessing industry is quite clever in being able to avoid such detection.
Their testing isn't very uniform. Over here it's qualified and over there it isn't. The management of slag actually has many loopholes.
In advanced countries, high-temperature processing of slag creates a more stable crystalline material, which is technology that Taiwan's slag reprocessing industry should follow.
Foreign countries use a stable process where high temperatures incinerate the slag once again, which stabilize, and when it is washed with water, nothing will leach out.
If we use high-temperature incineration, the cost would be too high, as Taiwan has not yet introduced this technology. A cost is probably the most important factor.
The supply of slag in Taiwan is simply too great, leading inattentive government to permit indiscriminate dumping, leading to pollution throughout Taiwan. No matter how good back-end processing and strict testing, the optimal solution is simply to reduce garbage at its source, as well as to implement better classification and separation, so that less waste goes into the incinerator, and in turn less slag is ultimately generated.
At a kindergarten in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, volunteers recently organized a set of activities to teach the youngsters about sorting recyclables properly. We'll leave you with these images at the end of our program. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.